Queen Elizabeth II, who died last Thursday at age 96, will be officially celebrated at her state funeral on Monday, the 19th of September. This will actually be the first state funeral in Britain since Winston Churchill's in 1965. It will be attended by royals from the UK and abroad, British politicians, and 500 heads of states from around the world. Our President Draupadi Murmu will represent our country at the Queen's funeral on Monday, meaning our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not expected to be among the hundreds of foreign leaders due to attend the global spectacle. Invitations were sent out by the UK to heads of state for nearly every country. So by protocol, the invite will have gone to Draupadi Murmu. Prime Minister Modi, though, called the UK Prime Minister Liz Truss back on Saturday last week to express his condolences following the death of the Queen. But last Thursday, hours before her final illness was known, our Prime Minister actually delivered a speech urging India to shed its colonial ties in a ceremony to rename a street once named after George V. Now, while no official guest list has been released, aside from members of the royal family, the service will be attended by senior members of the UK government, led by Prime Minister Liz Truss. Now, others invited for this funeral include President of India, Draupadi Murmu, also invited US President Joe Biden, Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, is on the list, Jacinda Ardern, New Zealand Prime Minister, as well as Australia's Prime Minister has received an invite. The Irish President, Michael Higgins, has also been invited, as well as the European Commission President. We are actually hearing that officials are still wrestling with a seating plan that will reflect seniority as well as status. Meanwhile, in an unusual situation, Japan's Emperor Naruhito and his wife Empress Masako will also be attending this funeral. It is their first foreign trip abroad as heads of state, and it's actually rare for Japanese emperors to attend funerals because they tend to consider it impure. Now, Britain has snubbed a small number of countries because of political differences, they say, following the previous blacklisting of Russia, Belarus and Myanmar. Rulers from Syria, Venezuela, nor Afghanistan's Taliban have received an invite. Russia's snub in particular comes amid the ongoing war in Ukraine and just days after Putin congratulated King Charles III on his new role. Meanwhile, North Korea and Iran were only invited to send ambassadors as opposed to heads of state. Officials also quickly squashed the rumor that former President of the United States, Donald Trump, would attend as part of the US delegation. There's also been relative silence so far from Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain, all ruled by autocratic royal families with close ties to Britain.